With public speaking, if you're going to talk the talk, you also want to walk the walk. So in this video, we're going to have a lot of discussions about body language, including posture, stance, hand gestures, and walking. First off, let's discuss posture. And I'm going to ask Dave and Renee to step in to help demonstrate. With your posture, you want to have a very comfortable look. Some things you want to avoid are being very stiff and militant looking, as Dave is demonstrating. You also want to avoid having a very shy, closed-off look, as Renee is demonstrating. So now let's transform both of these people back into the comfortable, confident speakers that they are. All you need to do is take a deep breath, allow your shoulders to drop and relax down, and then there you have it. Thank you very much, Dave and Renee. Now let's move on to talking about our arms and our hands. One thing you want to avoid is keeping your arms by your side the whole time while you talk, because this makes you look stiff and a bit uncomfortable. It's natural for us to move our arms and hands around a bit while we talk. If you're not using hand gestures, then make sure your hands stay comfortably in front of you. You can imagine a box and keep your hands at the bottom of that box in front of your waist. If you do start to use hand gestures, then one thing you want to avoid is using the same hand gesture over and over and over again, because then the audience becomes distracted and they're paying attention to your hands, not your message. If you have trouble figuring out how to add variety to your hand gestures, then all you have to do is imagine that you're holding a cup while you're going around the office talking to your coworkers. Now, sometimes you'll be holding the cup with both hands. Other times you'll use one hand to gesture. And then as you go talk to another coworker, you may use the other hand to gesture. But the whole time, you're comfortably keeping your arms at a 90-degree angle as you switch up your hand gestures. If you're talking to a group, this is a time where you may want to incorporate walking into your presentation. Now, one thing you want to avoid is simply pacing back and forth, because that again looks like a nervous habit and becomes distracting to your audience. What I like to remember are there are three main points in a room: the center, the left, and the right. I typically start in the center to give my introduction. Then, when I'm ready to make my first point, I'll walk to one side. Then I'll give all the information about that first point, and as I'm ready to start talking about my second point, then I'll move to the other side of the room. Now, if you have a long presentation, keep in mind that you can continue to rotate through these three stopping points throughout your speech. One other thing to remember is that if you're talking in a very large room, don't feel that you have to walk all the way to one side and then all the way to the other. You typically only need to use about the central 50 to 75% of the room in order to reach everybody. And one last tip about walking. As you turn to walk, don't completely turn to the side, because once you do that, you're effectively cutting off half your audience. A better method to use is to keep your torso turned as you walk, like this, keeping your chest fairly parallel to the audience. This way, you're still able to maintain a connection with everyone. To sum up body language, the main point is this: do your best to appear natural. You don't want to be stiff, look nervous, or be overly choreographed. A good way to check your body language is to videotape yourself. Watch it, ask others to watch it, and get their feedback. It'd also be great to have a coach review it. This will allow you to learn tips on how you can adjust your body language so that the next time you give a talk, your audience will be more engaged as they watch you.